Romain Grosjean was born to race. From the moment he could walk, he was drawn to the thrill of speed and the allure of the racetrack. His childhood was filled with dreams of becoming a racing legend, and he spent countless hours imagining himself behind the wheel of a powerful race car. His name was synonymous with speed, with daring, and with the relentless pursuit of excellence. Every race was a new challenge, a new opportunity to push the limits of what was possible. The roar of the engine, the smell of burning rubber, and the adrenaline rush of high-speed competition were the elements that defined his life. The thrill of Formula One was unlike anything else. It was a world where only the best could survive, where every second counted, and where the margin for error was razor-thin. Romain Grosjean thrived in this environment, his skills honed to perfection through years of dedication and hard work. From a young age, he dreamt of hearing the roar of the engine, of feeling the wind as he pushed his car to the limit. These dreams were not just idle fantasies, they were the driving force behind his every action. He knew that to achieve greatness, he would have to dedicate himself completely to the sport he loved. The sensation of speed was intoxicating. As he navigated the twists and turns of the track, he felt a connection with the machine that was almost spiritual. Every race was a dance, a symphony of precision and power, and Romain was the conductor, guiding his car with an expert touch. He dedicated his life to this pursuit, climbing the ranks, proving his mettle. Each victory was a testament to his skill and determination, and each setback only fueled his desire to improve. The path to success was never easy, but Romain embraced the challenges with unwavering resolve. Formula One was his stage, and he was a maestro behind the wheel. The world watched in awe as he maneuvered his car with precision and grace, his every move a masterclass in racing. He found success, tasted victory, and knew the sting of defeat. But through it all, he remained focused on his ultimate goal. He found success, tasted victory, and knew the sting of defeat. Each race was a new chapter in his story, a new opportunity to prove himself. The highs were exhilarating, the lows were crushing, but Romain faced them all with the same unyielding spirit, and knew the sting of defeat. The crashes, the mechanical failures, the moments of doubt, they were all part of the journey. But Romain never let them define him. Instead, he used them as fuel, as motivation to come back stronger and more determined than ever. Through it all, he carried himself with a quiet determination, a steely resolve that both impressed and intimidated his competitors. His focus was unwavering, his commitment absolute. He was a man on a mission, and nothing could stand in his way. A steely resolve that both impressed and intimidated his competitors. They knew that when Romain Grosjean was on the track, they were in for a fierce battle. His presence commanded respect, and his performance demanded admiration. He was a force to be reckoned with, a driver who demanded respect on the track. His reputation was built on a foundation of skill, determination, and an unrelenting drive to be the best. He was not just a racer. He was a symbol of what it meant to pursue one's dreams with passion and dedication. A driver who demanded respect on the track. His peers looked up to him, aspiring racers idolized him, and fans cheered for him. He was a hero in the world of motorsport, a living legend whose story was far from over. But fate, as it often does, had a different plan for Romain Grosjean. The world of racing is unpredictable, and even the best can be caught off guard. On a crisp November evening in Bahrain, his world would change forever. On a crisp November evening in Bahrain, his world would change forever. In a split second, everything he had worked for, everything he had dreamed of, was thrown into chaos. The crash was violent, the impact devastating, and the flames that engulfed his car were a terrifying sight. His life, in an instant, would be defined by a single, terrifying moment. The world watched in horror as he fought to escape the inferno, his determination and will to survive shining through even in the darkest of moments. It was a testament to his strength, both physical and mental. This was not the end of Romain Grosjean's story. It was, in many ways, the beginning. The accident was a turning point, a moment that would redefine his life and career. It was a reminder of the fragility of life, but also of the incredible resilience of the human spirit. It was, in many ways, the beginning. Romain Grosjean emerged from the flames not just as a survivor, but as a symbol of hope and perseverance. His journey was far from over, and the world would soon see that his greatest achievements were yet to come. The 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix began like any other race. The air crackled with anticipation. The crowd roared with excitement. The drivers, adrenaline surging, prepared to push their cars and themselves beyond their limits. As the starting lights extinguished, the symphony of speed began. Romain, a seasoned veteran, maneuvered his car with precision and grace. He was in his element, pushing for position, battling for every inch of the track. Then, in a heartbeat, everything changed. Coming out of turn 3, a touch of wheels with another car sent Romain's Haas veering off course. He braced for impact, the world outside his cockpit blurring into a dizzying kaleidoscope of color and sound. The impact was deafening, the force unimaginable. His car, a mangled wreck, pierced the barrier, splitting in two. And then, the flames. A raging inferno engulfed the cockpit, trapping Romain within its deadly embrace. Time seemed to stand still. 28 seconds, an eternity. Trapped within the inferno, Romain fought for his life. The heat was unbearable, the flames licking at his helmet, the smell of burning metal filling his lungs. He struggled to free himself, his racing instincts kicking in, his body fueled by adrenaline and a primal will to survive. He pushed, he pulled, he refused to surrender to the flames that threatened to consume him. But it was a new safety feature, the halo, that would ultimately save his life. This titanium halo, a seemingly insignificant addition to the car, became his guardian angel, shielding his head from the unforgiving barrier. It was a moment of extraordinary luck in the face of unimaginable danger, a testament to the relentless pursuit of safety in a sport where danger is ever present. The world watched in stunned silence as Romain Grosjean emerged from the inferno. It was a moment that seemed to stretch on forever, the flames licking at the sky, the heat palpable even through the screens of millions of viewers. The sight of Grosjean, a figure shrouded in smoke and fire, clawing his way out of the wreckage, was nothing short of miraculous. It was a testament to human resilience, to the indomitable spirit that refuses to be extinguished even in the face of overwhelming odds. He was battered, bruised, his hands bearing the scars of the fire, but he was alive. The burns on his hands were severe, a stark reminder of the ordeal he had just endured. Each scar told a story of pain, of survival, of a battle fought and won against the most unforgiving of elements. His hands, once instruments of precision and control, were now symbols of his incredible escape. The images of his escape were etched into the minds of millions, a testament to the fragility of life, a stark reminder of the inherent risks these drivers take every time they step into their cars. The spectators, both at the track and at home, were left grappling with the raw reality of the sport they loved. It was a moment that transcended the boundaries of racing, touching the very core of what it means to be human, to face danger, and to emerge on the other side. He was rushed to the hospital, his body bearing the physical marks of the crash. The journey from the track to the hospital was a blur of sirens and flashing lights, a race against time to ensure his survival. Medical staff worked tirelessly, their faces masks of concentration and concern as they attended to his injuries. Each moment was critical, each decision a step towards recovery. But the emotional and psychological scars, those invisible wounds, ran far deeper. As he lay in the hospital bed, the weight of the experience began to settle in. The flashbacks, the nightmares, the constant replaying of those harrowing moments. These were battles he would have to fight long after the physical wounds had healed. The road to recovery was not just about mending the body, but also about healing the mind and soul. The trauma of that day, the searing heat of the flames, the suffocating fear, these were ghosts that would linger long after the physical wounds had healed. The sight of the burning wreckage, the smell of smoke, the sound of the fire crackling. These were memories that would haunt him, reminders of how close he had come to the edge. It was a day that had changed him forever, a day that had left an indelible mark on his soul. His family, his wife Marion and their 3 young children waited anxiously for news. The hours seemed to stretch into eternity as they clung to each other, their hearts heavy with fear and hope. The waiting room was filled with a tense silence, broken only by the occasional murmur of a nurse or the beep of a monitor. Each passing minute was a test of their strength, their love, their faith. The relief of his survival was quickly followed by the realization that their lives, too, had been irrevocably changed. The embrace they shared was one of profound relief, but also of a new understanding of the fragility of life. They knew that the road ahead would be challenging, filled with both physical and emotional hurdles. But in that moment, they were together. and that was all that mattered. The journey of healing was just beginning, and they would face it as a family, united by love and resilience. The days and weeks that followed were a blur of doctor's appointments, therapy sessions, and the slow, arduous process of physical and emotional healing. The smell of burning rubber, the searing pain in his hands, the nightmares that woke him in a cold sweat. These were the unwelcome companions of his recovery. Yet, through it all, Romain discovered a newfound appreciation for life. He held his children a little tighter, cherished the quiet moments with his wife, and found solace in the outpouring of support from fans and fellow drivers alike. He knew he was one of the lucky ones. He had stared death in the face and emerged, forever changed, but alive. He carried with him the scars of that day, both visible and invisible, but he refused to let them define him. This near-death experience, as terrifying as it was, became a catalyst for change. It forced him to reevaluate his priorities, to cherish the precious gift of life, and to find purpose beyond the racetrack. The physical therapy sessions were grueling, each movement a reminder of the fragility of the human body. But with each passing day, Romain felt a little stronger. The rehabilitation center became a second home, a place where he could focus on rebuilding not just his body, but his spirit. The therapists were more than just medical professionals. They were his guides on this journey of recovery. They pushed him to his limits, but also knew when to offer a comforting word or a moment of respite. It was in these moments of struggle and triumph that Romain began to see the world through a different lens. The nightmares were the hardest part. Each night he would relive the crash, the impact, the fire. He would wake up drenched in sweat, his heart racing, the images seared into his mind. But then he would feel the small hands of his children, their innocent faces looking up at him with concern and love. It was in these moments that he found the strength to keep going. He realized that his recovery was not just for himself, but for them. They needed their father, and he was determined to be there for them, no matter how difficult the journey. The quiet moments with his wife became his sanctuary. They would sit together on the couch, sometimes in silence, sometimes talking about their hopes and fears. These moments were a stark contrast to the chaos of the racetrack, but they were what he needed to heal. His wife was his rock, her unwavering support a beacon of light in the darkest of times. Together, they navigated this new reality, finding strength in each other and in the love that had always been the foundation of their relationship. The racing community rallied around him in a way he had never expected. Fellow drivers, fans, and even competitors reached out with messages of support and encouragement. The outpouring of love and solidarity was overwhelming. It reminded him that he was part of something bigger than himself, a community that cared deeply for its own. This support was a crucial part of his healing process, giving him the strength to face each new day with hope and determination. The scars, both visible and invisible, were a constant reminder of what he had been through. But instead of seeing them as marks of pain, he began to see them as symbols of survival. Each scar told a story, a testament to his resilience and strength. He would often find himself reflecting on his journey, contemplating the lessons he had learned and the person he had become. This introspection was a vital part of his healing, helping him to make peace with the past and look forward to the future. As he continued to heal, Romain found joy in the simple things: a walk in the park, a family dinner, a quiet moment of reflection. These were the moments that brought him true happiness. He learned to appreciate the beauty of everyday life, to find joy in the small things that he had once taken for granted. This newfound appreciation for life was a gift, one that he cherished deeply. With time, Romain began to explore new hobbies and interests. He found purpose beyond the racetrack, discovering passions that he had never had the time to pursue before. Whether it was painting, gardening, or simply spending time with his family, these activities brought him a sense of fulfillment and joy. He realized that life was about more than just racing. It was about finding meaning and purpose in every moment. This journey of recovery had transformed him, giving him a new perspective on life and a renewed sense of purpose. As Romain embraced his new reality, he found himself at a crossroads. The racetrack, once the center of his universe, now seemed a distant memory. The fire had not only scarred his body, but had also ignited a deeper understanding of life's fleeting nature. He began to see the value in every sunrise, every laugh shared with his children, and every moment of quiet reflection. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit undeterred, Romain decided to channel his experiences into something meaningful. He started a foundation aimed at promoting safety in motorsports and supporting those affected by similar tragedies. This new mission gave him a renewed sense of purpose, a way to give back to the community that had stood by him. The foundation quickly gained momentum, attracting support from fans, fellow drivers, and organizations worldwide. Romain's story became a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of resilience and the human spirit's capacity to overcome even the darkest of times. He traveled, spoke at events, and shared his journey, inspiring countless others to find strength in their struggles. As the years passed, Romain continued to thrive, both personally and professionally. His family remained his anchor, their love a constant source of strength. He found joy in the simple pleasures of life, from a quiet morning coffee to a playful afternoon with his children. The scars were still there, but they no longer defined him. Instead, they served as a reminder of his journey, a journey that had led him to a place of peace and fulfillment. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of resilience and hope. If you found Romain's story inspiring, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Here, we share literary masterpieces that matter, stories that touch the soul and remind us of the beauty and strength within us all. Until next time, keep finding inspiration in the world around you.